Hello, today I've come on with some ATCs and a couple of thank you cards which I'm going to put in with the swaps. And the first one, I've just made a distress oxide background using the peeled paint and also a bit of black soot around the edge. This is from a paper craft kit that I've had for ages, and it's Malcolm Greensmith's A New Day Dawns. So I've used an image from that backed onto a silver, and this is the matte silver rather than shiny, so it's not like a mirror card, and then just one of the strips from there. The thank you comes from this set, which I find really useful. It's an everyday sentiments set that came with a magazine, and the second one is very similar, a couple of different strips behind this one, obviously different image. Again with the green but no black this time, and just leaving that a bit whiter so that it stands out a bit more. And now I will show you the ATCs. So these are 3 ATCs that I made for a swap on Facebook, and the theme was British folklore. I thought that I would base all mine in Suffolk, which is where I live. The first one is Orford, which is on the coast. And this is said to be the place where a merman was caught in a local fisherman's net. According to a 13th century chronicler, a merman known as the Wild Man of Orford was caught in the net of a local fisherman. He lived in Orford Castle for some time, surviving on a diet of fish, and then they let him go into the sea and he never returned. With this one, it's distress oxides in the background. I don't know if you can see the map there. There we go. So it says Orford. This is the Tim Holtz distress crayons, and then I've just scratched in the scales. And yes, I did draw that, and I know it's not it's not the greatest mermaid tail, but there we go. And I've added some white flicks of paint as well to make it look like the sea. This one is the Green Children of Woolpit. So there we have the Woolpit on there for a piece of map. And I did stamp these in black, but I've added some green. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've added a bit of green to them because it was said that they were green children that were fairies, and they had come from the Twilight realm called St Martin's Land, and if you look that up on the internet, there's actually quite a bit out there about them. I used to live not far from Woolpit. In fact, I used to live there, Elmswell, so yeah, not far away at all. And finally, I think this is the most interesting because I wasn't expecting dragons to come up. So this is Little Cornard, so I put that piece of map on there. So those are Lavinia stamps, and so are these. And obviously I've used the dragon. I've just twisted it so it looks like as if they're fighting. And Little Cornard is said to be the site of a combat between two dragons in the 15th century. Yeah, again, distress oxides in the background. Also added another Lavinia stamp in that one, which is the Magical Wisps, which is one of my favourite stamps. So it's that one. You can do so much with that. It's great for backgrounds. Yeah, and then the dragon, as I said twice, I've just added a bit of orange pencil just to make it look like they are breathing fire. And that is my British folklore ATCs. And these are my all things green ATCs for a swap on Facebook. The background is with the distress crayons, and then I've used distress inks and archival inks with just a little grass stamp that I've got in a hobby art set, and the raindrop is stamp as well. It's an Inkalicious stamp. I think it's called Water Droplets, and I printed the quote off on my computer, and it says a single gentle drop of rain makes the grass many shades greener. And the next one is this, which the background is actually painted with Dilutions paint, which was quite a bright green. And then I've used various different stamp sets with various different inks, again archival and distress, and this is painted with, I think it's Toad Hall possibly, or if it's not Toad Hall it will be Pesto from Paper Artsy. In fact I think it is the Pesto one because the Toad Hall has got a bit gloopy. Yeah, so that's that one. And then this one, this was from some packaging which actually got with some stamps in a magazine, and these were the stamps in another magazine. So I've stamped that on there with an archival ink, and then I've also stamped it onto a scrap of paper and just cut some out. This was a little watering can from, I think it was either from the works or it might have been in Happy Mail. I've definitely seen this type of thing in the works, and I just coloured that in with some paints and pens. And those make up my All Things Green 3-card ATC trade. Thank you so much for watching.